see this. When we did the law of demand, meaning, please stop talking, meaning the price determines the demand. Can you see? We did the crosses, and can you see? We only draw one line. Okay. But now, something else is happening. Remember now, you're going to divide your stuff in two parts. The one part is demand, change. Now, if I do a triangle, it means change. Ne? Because of price. Right. The second thing is, the second part is demand, change, not because of price, other reasons. You see? So, if demand increase or decrease because of these reasons that I mentioned here, the price of other goods and services, change in income, seasons, trends, fashions, tastes, then the curve itself will move. There's not going to be movement on the curve. This curve is going to go right or left. Yes. So, when we look at the change in demand because of other things than price, the curve itself is going to go right or left. So, if there's an increase, the curve will go right. So, quickly look at your hands. Ne? Look at your hands. Which hand is right? This one. Okay. Now, I want you to put your left hand on this side of the curve and your right hand on that side of the curve. So if I say there's an increase in demand, the curve is going to move towards your right hand. So you literally going right. It looks like it's going up. So you're going to, and please don't make your arrow like this. I want you to, on the line, make your arrow parallel with the bottom. So your arrow looks like this. Ne? Can you see? Now, I can't just have a curve and not name it. So what kind of curve is this? Still a demand curve, but it's a different one, so I call it D2. So, listen. So an increase in demand for a reason other than the change in price will shift the demand curve outwards to the right. Okay. That would be if all the government workers get an increase. Then suddenly everybody's going to buy more because they have more money available. It's always like that. You know the month your mom or dad gets bonus. You know. Because suddenly you get pudding on a Wednesday. Ne? Or suddenly there's a chocolate to share that wasn't there before. Because your mom and dad has got more resources than the other months. Right. This is it. Okay. Is this difficult? Now let me show you again. What did we forget here? The name of what we are looking for. Now, let's say for Kit Kats. I love Kit Kat. Okay. Now, you can write anything there if you want. Any product. So for that you're going to get, but you're going to have to look if they give you a case study. In other words, they say here an increase in the demand for Kit Kats because of blah blah blah. And you see it's not because of the price that dropped, but it's because suddenly Kit Kat is very popular. You know what makes a chocolate very popular? Is the advertising. So suddenly there's a very good Kit Kat advert, and now suddenly people want to buy more because they know the name more, right? So, but then you're going to have to say, if they give you something specific, you have to put the specific name there. So you're going to get a tick for that, a tick for price, a tick for quantity, then a tick for the arrow, and a tick for the whole D2 slope if you named it. It has to be named, otherwise it's just a line. Okay. Can I quickly show you something? And this is what makes economics so interesting. Okay. Look at this. Let's say this is the price. And then this is the quantity, the demand. Right. Can you see? I want to show you now. The price stays the same. Can you see? The price stays the same. But because there was now an advert of Kit Kats and everybody wants to buy Kit Kats, what's going to happen to the quantity demanded? Can you see? It increases, and this is how I will show it. I will say Q1 to Q2. Does it make sense? Isn't it beautiful how it works? And this is why in economics, when you draw these graphs, they can predict what's going to happen. You see? Okay. Now, a decrease in demand for a reason other than the change in price will shift the demand curve inwards to the left. So just remember, increase goes right, decrease goes left. Okay. So now, they say, for instance, it's now summer and people no longer need to buy warm clothes. So the demand for scarves will drop. So now again, I look at my hands. I put my hands on both sides of the line. Which is my left hand? This one, eh? Okay, so this one, it means the line is going to move this way. D2. And can you see? Now I need to draw my arrow. Can you see? It goes left. Nay. You get one tick for that, one for that, one for that, one for the arrow, and one for the curve. If you named it. Otherwise it's just a name. And now let's say, let's see if this is true. If I say this is the price of a scarf, can you see? Here the quantity, but now it's summer, the price didn't change, but can you see the quantity is now decreasing? Is everybody with me? And I just want to say, just so that you can see, I summarized it for you here. So, I say here, please listen. I know it's a lot of concentration, but you guys can do it. So here they say, can you see this side? And I'm somewhere going to yellow and orange or whatever. I'm going to say, a demand because of a change in price. Can you see it will be on the line? We say it's a movement along the curve. That's how they speak economies. Ne? It's a movement along the curve if the demand changes because of the price. Okay. If the demand changes for any other reason, it will be the curve itself. So we say it's a shift of the entire curve. So now the whole curve goes. And I made a little summary for you here at the bottom. I said D1 to D2 is an increase. Can you say it goes to the right? D1 to D3 is a decrease. Can you see? Now we go left. So you must always go look at, is this demand change because of price? Because then there's a certain set of rules. Or is it because of something else? Then there's other rules. Okay.